most companies make it way too hard to access free resources. But what if I told you there was a smarter way? So what I mean by this is that imagine you're in this scenario where you are talking with a lead and want to give them access to a resource on your website. However, it's gated. And so you end up putting your lead in a position where they have to fill out a form to get access to that content. Well, it causes unnecessary friction, and it honestly kind of gets in the way of the conversation, kind of like a block, as it will. And so what if I told you that instead of doing something like that, we can use a tool called URL parameters? And so for most marketers, they probably have used something like this before, where you might have things like UTM codes to find out what campaign the visitor is using, what source the visitor is coming from. But what if I told you that you can use the same logic to add a key to our content so that the lead can access your free resource without having to fill? How about I give you an example here, where I have here a quiz that I give to my leads. And as you can see, there's a form that's required to be filled out before you can use the quiz, which is kind of annoying. Like if I already have a conversation with you, I have your contact info. I know who you are, and I want to give you something that can actually benefit you. And so with my CMS, I add a specific key so that the lead can access this without the form. So when I apply it to my URL and then hit the URL again, as you can see, they get the quiz without the form. And this makes it a heck of a lot easier for us to give content to our leads and essentially allow that conversation to move on very fluidly so that we can eventually get the sale. So what do you think? Do you use warm or data content for your warm leads when doing this kind of stuff? Would this be something that you would do for your website? Let me know.